In my journey as a photographer, there were always these times when I felt I have to do something different in order to develop. And right now, I feel like printing and publishing my work is the most important thing to do for me right now. Um, but then, how am I going to approach this? Welcome to Enjoy Life, Enjoy Yourself. Today, it's 14th July 2024, and I'm Ingo Hamper. I think a lot about systems and processes. And when it comes to sharing my work, I think about how can I do this? Because, well, we used to do this on social media. Instagram became popular as a platform for sharing our photos. Of course, it developed, now it becomes something completely different. And we realized that with the recent events, when Facebook Meta announced that they will use our content to train their AI models, many photographers and artists and creators left the platform and looking for alternatives. But is social media the right way to do this? And probably not, but I don't think that's the point. Let's have a different look at it and think about what are we going to achieve. And for me as a photographer, it's very important to develop a deep and personal connection to my audience. And obviously, social media is not designed for that, or most social media platforms are not designed for that, because they are driven by an algorithm that shows us what they think we should see. So also as a consumer, if I go to social media, to Instagram and consume content, I'm looking for inspiration, I'm looking for new ideas that resonates with me. I'm more or less a passive consumer. So I depend on the algorithm that they suggest or recommend things that are of interest for me. And sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't work well. To give you an analogy, my hope was for music streaming platforms like Spotify that I can discover a new artist. So that kind of explains the flaw that social media has, because these algorithms are trained to show us similarity. They show us more or less of the same in a different style. But as a human, we are looking for novelty. We are looking for something that is beyond what we have seen before, especially as an artist. So that's why social media doesn't work that well for us when we are trying to find new things, or it doesn't work for us if we want to connect with people and establish a deep relationship with them. Because like us, they are looking for something they haven't seen before, something that are expanding their horizon, hopefully, because that's the people I would like to connect with. Of course, there are a lot of consumers who are only interested in money or fame or the latest tech, and that's fine, but that's not the people I would like to connect. I would like to connect with people who want to grow, who want to develop, who are in this journey of personal development. And they're like me, they're looking for inspiration. And they turn to social media in the past. But as people turning away from social media, we have to find new means how we can develop this. So in my uh, teens and 20s, I went to a record shop to flip through the records and find new artists, and often I buy them just because of the album cover. And that stayed with me like a reference. I think to go back to this physical world and to show up in the physical world is a better way to find meaning and connection in our relationships with our audience. How can I apply the modern world with this old approach to connect with people? That's what I'm struggling with, because we have to start somewhere. And even if we are, as artists, not in the game for making profits, there's always this idea that we can make a living from our art, which means we have to sell something, but it cannot be like a transactional business. So that's my grain of salt, whether I have with these entrepreneurs, that they have the right ideas. They are addressing the same problem, that how can we be noticed as an artist? How can we market ourselves? How can we actually sell our work and make a living of it, a sustainable living? It's not that we want to be rich and famous, but to be sustainable. And they turn to techniques that, in my opinion, are more like an old-fashioned business model. But what we have to think of is like we are trying to serve a certain group of people. Seth Godin calls us the minimal viable audience. Um, I try to do the math. If I sell the print of my work for 750 euro, I need at least to sell 6 of them per month. And that seems very hard for me to do. So, and even 750 euro for a print is a very high price. If I want to raise my prices, what can I do? And it's not that I'm not selling the product. That's the point. I have to sell something different. I have to sell something like, what's the value of a print? Well, you can hang it on the wall, and then you have a nice feeling of it. I have to think differently about this. It's not the print itself. It's the experience that a person have when they hang my print on the wall, which is a kind of different story, and it's a different kind of need that this person has. And I have to think of that. I'm creating experiences. What kind of experiences am I creating? That are valuable for the kind of people I would like to reach. And for example, it can be that these print helps them to connect with themselves, with their inner being, with their body. That would be a just cause. That would be a good value that I could provide. And I think for this connection, so I can increase their well-being, their sense of self, expand their concept of self maybe as well. That would be something valuable that I can sell, and it's not the print. It's a story behind that. But how can I sell these stories and do not rely on social media? I have no idea. I have no idea, but that's the point where I'm staying at right now. And that's the thing that I would like to solve right now. Thank you for listening. I hope you find this little thoughts and my process of getting to not having an answer is helpful for you. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Bye bye.